Here we have the kneeling plank and some faults. So you want to have a soft surface for your knees and for your elbows. These could be mats, yoga mats, or whatever type of mats you might have. So we are simply going onto our elbows and our forearm and our knees. Your toes could be on the ground. And in this position, all we're doing is we are bracing our midsection, our glutes, and our abs, our lower back. Obviously, our shoulder and our arms are nice and stable, and we want our neck to be in line with our spine. Even though we are stable and rigid in our torso and spine and midsection, we still want to be able to breathe. So that's going to be a different challenge. So from here, some faults that we might see where the hip falls downward. Obviously, this is not quite as engaged as we would like for our body to be. So your thighs might even be touching the ground, which is not what we want to look for. And another fault that we might see is the butt sticking way back out. So we will see this type of movement where the butt's really high or low is when the participant cannot hold this position long enough. A third fault that we see is our shoulder blades caving in, whereas the position we're trying to look for is nice and active throughout our shoulder blades and serratus. Another fault that we see here is our neck, our eyes pointing forward and are cranking our neck really high. So we want to tuck the chin in and have our neck in line with our spine. We don't need the butt to fall down or raise up really high. So in this position, I know it's not one complete line. So if you are a beginner and this is challenging, I would rather you actually have your butt sticking up a little than hanging down. Because in this position, I know that you are actually keeping your muscles active and you could control it. But if your hips hanging downward, you could be putting pressure in your lower back in that hyperextended position. So that is the kneeling plank and some faults.